get ready to roll out and transform as I present to you the review of Transformers 1, which I saw 2 days ago, and I'm ready, beyond ready, to talk about this movie. Hello, welcome back to James Almond Reviews. If you couldn't tell already, we're going to be talking about Transformers 1 today, and so I've gave myself enough time to process the film, and I was thinking about rewatching the movie to see if I want to double check how I feel, but at this point, I don't think the movie is actually out in cinemas anymore, so that won't be happening. So I had like a limited release, which is kind of sad, and so there's that. And so before we get into this review and how I felt about the plot, give it a 10 and stuff like that, I have to preface this by saying that I'm not the biggest biggest nerd when it comes to Transformers lore, Transformers movies, or, the Michael Bay live action movies with Megan Fox. I was never that kind of guy that was like, you know what, I'm going to turn on every single Transformers movie and watch them on repeat or whatever. That was never my type of cinema, type of movie genre I ever went for. So this is very interesting for me as someone who isn't really the biggest fan of Transformers, but just heard some stuff about how Transformers 1 is actually a decent movie. So there's that. So I will give you a vague plot synopsis because I really don't want to spoil this movie. If you can at all find a way to watch this movie, please do, because, pretty much, it is pretty much the origin story of Optimus Prime and Megatron, and the fate of Cybertron in the universe of Transformers. And that's pretty much the most basic way to approach the plot of this movie, and so I will not spoil every single detail. There won't even be a point where I say later on I'm going to spoiler-free this thing, and then I'll just spoiler-filled this thing kind of thing. No. So let's get straight into how I feel about this movie, and let's just call this one an absolute glaze session, boys, because, wow, this movie did not need to cook as much as it actually did. This is like the Puss in Boots Last Wish, Spider-Verse, all that kind of stuff for the Transformers universe, because the animation, everything is so good about this movie. Even the beginning of this movie, the middle, the end, and the post-credit scenes are all just peak and awesome. And I really do enjoy how they try and take a more serious approach with the Transformers, like the Transformers storyline and stuff like that, because I wasn't really expecting that, and I won't explain why it's so serious, but there is that point where you do start to see that in the film. There is also a lot of really good action sequences towards the end of the movie, and how all of that build-up happens and stuff like that. Chris Hemsworth also surprised me, because I did hear stuff about how his voice acting is weird. Well, I actually enjoyed his voice acting, and he did what he could, and so yeah, that is glazing a lot there, but yeah, I absolutely loved that. So there is that, and I also went into the cinema where, as I was walking into the cinema, there's the screening, this whatever, there was not that many people showing up, and then a few more people showed up, but it was not like a packed audience. But for how good this movie is, it's kind of sad that it wasn't a packed theatre. So there is that, and so out of 10, I would give this movie a solid 10 out of 10. Actually giving this movie a 9 out of 10 is very, very sad, and if you think this movie is a silly kids movie, then I don't know what to tell you, because whatever you watched in the trailers is made up nonsense, and I never watched the trailers either. And yeah, so I've tried to record this again because, I thought I didn't say enough, but this is actually my feelings about this movie. So just to recap, I loved the action, I loved the drama, the comedy, all balanced well, and I even found myself a few times where I was going holy shit, this movie is peak, this movie is masterpiece level, this movie is masterpiece level. I was doing that to myself in the cinema, and not every movie is meant to make you feel that way, and when a movie makes you feel that way, it feels like you've actually earned your time, you've earned your money, and you've actually earned your place as a cinematic fan. So yeah, that is my review of Transformers 1. Hope you stay tuned for more reviews coming on the channel, because even though I will roll out and transform, I will absolutely be coming out with more bangers like this one. And so yeah, roll out, transform, everybody, as I just reviewed Transformers 1, And the director, whoever wrote this movie, we need Transformers 2, Transformers 3, Transformers 4, Transformers 5. I don't care how many more sequels we're going to get. Please make this happen. And please make sure it does happen, because this movie is actually awesome. And please freaking watch this movie. Bye.